Good morning, Remax of Southern Africa.
I'm well too, Ryan.
I was just testing Adrian there to see if we were on mute or not. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Peak Producer celebratory and wrap-up call. Can you believe it? We're in December already.
Yeah, I know. We're just talking before this call, going, I can't believe the stuff I was meant to do in April, and I procrastinated. Yeah, I'll get to it. Now I've got a week left to wrap everything up. So yeah, it's flown by.
Yeah, absolutely flown by. It's crazy. And here we are wrapping up Peak Producers. As most of you know, it's a 12-week course, which could be 13, depending on all the public holidays in between and broker conventions and sales rallies and all that kind of thing that takes place. So, it's between 12 and 13 weeks. So now that we have Adrian here for the introductory part of this call, I always like to ask Adrian a few questions and put him on the spot here.
That's fine. But I know the answer, I'll make it up.
So, Adrian, this year we had over 100 participants on the Peak Producer online version, which was incredible. And then a lot of our officers also take part in Peak Producer. So what I want to ask you is, in terms of what Peak Producers offers our participants that take part in it, our network, we have a lot of our brokers, broker managers and agents on the call. We are true custodians here at Remax SA of Peak Producer. We believe in it, and that's why we facilitate it every year. What do you find is the biggest benefit from Peak?
Sure. I guess it's hard to put it down to one particular point. I think for starters, what's really cool is that Remax in Southern Africa is the only, for want of a better term, reseller of the Peak Producer product. With only real estate agency that has access to it in South Africa. So that's for starters really cool. But what it gives you, whether you starting in real estate or whether you've been in real estate for the last 15, 20 years, it gives you the tools and mechanisms, one, to build your business, to build a database, and then it teaches you how to engage with your database to build relationships. And the reason I think I want to almost say more important than knowing how to cross the T's and dot the I's is because without being able to add a client to your database and know how to engage, you're not going to need to know how to cross the T's and dot the I's because you've got no one to work with. So, and as I say, the benefit is there for people that are new. If you're starting out in real estate, this you need to put your hand up. This is the first course or program that you need to go on to, I would recommend. And like I said, if you've been there for 15, 20 years, there's things that you can learn and things that you can tweak and always things that you can do to increase your efficiency and efficacy in terms of what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of what you do and how you implement it, this is one of the reasons why we're here today, is to celebrate that. So all of those that have been part of Peak Producer for 2023, and even if you did it in 2022 or 2021, we want to celebrate the fact that you've been through it and that hopefully you developed all these fantastic habits that will take you, your business, and absolutely thrive. And, we've spoken about it before. We've seen the stats and we've seen how Peak Producers has benefited officers and agents. Today we're very lucky to have our mentors with us today, where we'll bring them in, and also some special guests that have been part of Peak Producers just to share their story and to tell us about how that went. But before Adrian jumps off, another question for you is, so 2023 is now completed, pretty much. Yep. I mean, we're a couple of days away till 2024. Those that have now completed Peak Producers, especially the back end of it now, we go on a break, right? So it's holiday time, family time, and that kind of thing. How do we then kickstart 2024, knowing that we now have these tools that we've learned in 2023? How do we get into January and just go for it?
So obviously one of the first things that Peak Producer, what the course will do is it teaches you how to set goals and objectives, right? So it's keeping your eye on exactly what it is you set out for yourself to achieve and maintaining that activity level. I know some people are going away on holiday, etc., but the odd WhatsApp to a client, the odd phone call to that's easy to do and still just to maintain that relationship. But for me, what's key is whether you have just finished Peak Pro, because I know some guys and girls finished this a couple of months ago and some were in the middle of it. I think for me the important thing to remember is that it's not 13 weeks and that's the end. It's the first 13 weeks, and actually you start day one on day 13 week plus 1 day. That's the first time you get to implement all of what you've learned into building your business. So for those that have been through it, the 100 participants that have done it online, and those that have done it, in office with their principals and broker owners, well done and congratulations. But remember, it's not 13 weeks and then sit back and wait for business to come in. It's 13 weeks, which has given you the foundation to take your business to a whole new level. So it's really day one when you finish this Peak Producer course.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beauty of Peak Producer is that it's a continuous learning every single day, whatever it is that you're implementing, whether you just connecting with those that you haven't connected with before, whether it's your own family connection, that this is an everyday type course, which helps you in life.
Yeah.
So good morning, Ivan. Nice to have you with us, Ivan from Remax One, South Africa. Yolandi, good morning to you. Good morning, Vicky. So Adrian, last week we spoke about, okay, let's put Adrian on the spot here. How many agents do we have within the Remax network?
You tell me. Okay. Okay. It's 3,000 as of this morning.
See, there you go. That's why I couldn't answer that.
As of this morning, 3,302 agents in the Southern African network.
3,302 agents. Okay, so over the last year, we've seen agents joining us literally every day. We've seen franchises opening up over this last year. So if this was brand new to those that are on the call today, they've never heard of Peak Producers before, what would you tell them in terms of, getting started next year? Next year, Peak Producers starts in April. The first online group will run. I know a lot of offices are starting early as January already. And the fear of being a new agent is maybe this course is just too much for me. I'm not too sure if I can implement some of the tools given to me. What would you tell them to actually just get going as soon as they can?
Here's the thing. If I tell you, or Ryan tells you, or your broker owner tells you, hey, this is a good thing and we think you should do it, most people will go, oh, what's in it for you? So I'm going to tell you, don't listen to me and don't listen to Ryan. But why not speak to some of those sales associates and agents that have been through Peak Producer, that have seen the success, that have seen their listings multiply and their sales multiply, and they will tell you why this is so important. If you want to get to know what the product is all about, etc., you're gonna hear from some facilitators soon. You're probably going to hear from some people that have been through Peak Pro. Alternatively, ryan.pile@remax.co.za. Do you want must give you some number as well?
No, thanks.
But what Ryan can do and what the facilitators can do is tell you what's in the course. But if you really want to know what the effect of that was, speak to some people that have been through the course, not those that started it and sort of tried it out, the ones that have seen it through, because this program has phases. First phase they call the honeymoon phase, where everybody's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to take it on, and then there's work, right? So then you actually have to do stuff, and it gets a little bit tougher, and then you come out the other side in that last sort of third of the program, and you start seeing the results. But I would say, actually, don't listen to me, because what do I know? Talk to some of those people that have been through the course, been through the other side, and they will tell you what the benefits are. And I guess that was a long-winded way of saying, why the hell haven't you signed up yet?
Pretty much. And it's an infectious course, because those that have been on it and those that are in office, a lot of our referrals that want to hear more about Peak Producers, it's because someone in the office has been on the program and they're seeing a difference in how they approach certain things. They're seeing different habits being created, and that is the beauty of it. So like Adrian said, don't let us sit here and try and sell the course to you. Chat to people that have been on it. There are facilitators that have been doing this for a long time, and there are a lot of the agents. I think we're close to over 650 agents now in the last 2.5 years that have gone through Peak Producers, and the results have been exceptional. So, Adrian, before you hop off, any wishes for everyone there as we're going to the end of this year and into the new year?
Yeah, obviously, 2023 has been a tough year. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. If you're in real estate, it's been a tough year. If you're a homeowner, it was a tough year. And the two are directly connected with interest rate hikes throughout the year. It looks like the SARB has pulled the handbrake up on that a little bit. So a little bit of respite as we go into the festive season. But for me, it's regardless of what market you're given, because people talk about good markets and bad markets, and you know what? There's no such thing. There is no such thing as a good market and a bad market. There's only the real estate market, and what you choose to do inside of the time you're given, the actions you take, the activities you take, and those that you don't. will determine your outcome. And that's why you have people that are successful despite the markets that they're given, because it's more about the attitude towards what's thrown at you. Well, I don't have a crystal ball and predictions for 2024. And even if I did, I would say you need to make your own crystal ball for next year. And the way you do that is by, I know we're talking about Peak Producer now, and I've been punting this since 2008 when it was called something else before. Stick to those activities, stick to those actions, because success comes over a period of time with a consistent bunch of activities that lead towards results. That would be my focus for 2024, and you will see the results. And so I mean, I know I'm going to be leaving soon. You asked me to say wish everybody, so I'll do that. For those that do celebrate this festive period, I mean, I hope you have a fantastic next few weeks. If you're going away on holiday and you're traveling, please, travel safely and come home safely. But more importantly, enjoy the times with your friends and family. Take a bit of a break, but don't take your eye off the prize, and come back in 2024 refreshed, energized, and ready to tackle it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Adrian. And thanks for being a big driver of Peak Producer. I think it also does help when you have someone that believes in this so much. When someone like me that started 2.5 years ago at Remax, Peak Producers was the first course that I attended. Well, I had to do it a couple of times first and then facilitate it. And I could see the passion that Adrian had or has with Buffini and Company, and especially Peak Producers. So massive thanks to you, and also to you and your family. Travel safe, enjoy the festive season, enjoy the break. I know you're looking forward to it. And thanks again for being part of our call today.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, before I duck, I mean, also I just want to say, I'm not saying it because he's sitting here. I'm saying it because he's going to pay me for saying this. But a big thank you to Ryan as well. Ryan came on just over 2 years ago, and we said, in the middle of COVID, we're like, oh, what are we going to do? Because we used to do Peak Producer, only in classroom style and with brokers. And how do we get this out to everybody and still get them to benefit from it? And pretty much threw him in at the deep end. And he's taken the bull by the horns, and all what you see here, plus the online courses and pulling facilitators together with huge amounts of experience in managing that it's not an easy task. So yeah, thanks to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, can I get my money now?
Here you go.
Cheers, everybody.
Cool. Thanks so much, Adrian. All right, everyone. So yeah, that was our CEO, Adrian Goslit, joining us for our Peak Producer call. We're very lucky. We always seem to get him onto our wrap-up calls and celebration calls. And I'm very excited to bring in our next few guests, to bring in our mentors and those that have been part of the Peak Producer journey. But before I do, I have to say good morning to some of you that are commenting here. Jean-Marie, good morning to you. Vicky Goslit, good morning to you. Bradley and Bram. Good morning, Mareka from Remax Infoglobe Constantia Park. Nice to have you with us. Dievan Foslu, Team Dynamic Duo, Remax Blue Chip in-house. And Johan, always nice to have you with us on the call. So I'm first going to introduce you to our very first special guest today. Let me bring in Lisa. Lisa, how are you doing? Nice to have you with us.
Hi, Ryan. I'm very well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being part of the call today, Lisa. It's so nice to have you. I've been part of your journey through Peak Producer over the last 12 to 13 weeks, and all I've seen is you thrive. You've absolutely thrived, being part of this course, and it's always been so humbling to receive your feedback on how the course has benefited you. But for those that don't know, Lisa, tell us about how Peak Producers has changed your life.
Okay, so first of all, definitely Peak Producers has given me a lot of self-confidence. It's also helped me to differentiate what's important to what is not so important. It's helped me to balance my life spiritually, emotionally, my family, my work. And then, of course, it's given me amazing tools to use, the dialogues, the inspiration to know that when there's something that you're not sure of, the dialogues are fabulous. They work well. It's helped me to move from a transactional agent to a relational agent. I've got amazing relationships with my buyers. My referrals are thriving. I've made the Popeyes part of my daily ritual. Every day I go out, I make sure I take my proper handwritten notes. And yeah, a lot of the sales I've been doing are due to referrals. And definitely, it's just the whole idea of learning how to balance yourself in all aspects of your life, and to know the difference, as to what is important. It's not just got to be work, work, work. You've got to have a really good balance. It's also improved my family life with my child. We have a really good family time, and my spiritual life. It's I've started to focus a lot on my church going. I've joined the church choir, so community efforts are also there. I've started doing the business mixes, which was amazing. And yeah, that's also actually benefited me in a lot of ways, but not just financially, emotionally as well, and to get to know the people in my community. So it's really helped me in every area of my life.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Lisa, and we are so proud of you, from a Remax SA side, about what you've achieved. And also, when I get the messages from the mentors saying that, what you've done and what you've achieved, it really does warm my heart, and I get goosebumps to hear exactly what you've spoken about now, and how the different facets of your life and the different circles that Buffini speaks about, how it's contributed to your life and how it's changed your life. But Lisa, we always talk about the good stuff. All right. We always speak about, how it's benefited. But in terms of the challenges on the course, what did you find was the most challenging thing for you?
I think the most challenging thing for me was to change the things about myself that I thought were correct, and to utilize the new tools I've had, because I've been doing rentals and sales for quite a while, and I've never really been with a company that's assisted me as much as Remax. So you tend to learn a lot of bad habits along the way, and just to grasp the concept of changing small things. I think that was a challenge. And another challenge was actually doing the whole planning, setting your goals, planning, and seeing myself as being something more than what I always thought that I was. That was a big challenge, and to have the confidence that I now have, it was challenging for me to look into myself and change things about myself to be more beneficial to my work and into my private life as well.
Yeah, I think you are spot on there in terms of most of the challenges we face are the ones that we're fighting within our head, right? And I think that courses have obviously helped you, take those on. And well done to you, Lisa. And keep going and have the most amazing festive season. Thanks for being part of this call with us. Really appreciate it. And it's a celebration call as well. So I truly hope that you are going to be celebrating your fantastic achievements.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So awesome to hear these stories. We have another incredible story coming up here. I'm going to invite Anthony to join me here.
Hi, Ryan.
How are you doing?
Well, and yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. So, Anthony, we had a call before this, and you brought up some interesting points, which I definitely enjoyed. So, Anthony, in terms of your journey on Peak, tell us from start to finish how it's gone for you.
Okay, so I've been in real estate for 4 years, and I've taken every single type of course that you could find. So, walking into Peak Producer, I was very skeptical. Just another course, just another class, and my broker actually said to me, you know what, just try it out. It might seem a bit stupid to you, but just try out the little tasks they give you. And wow, it actually changed everything I've done, I've believed in real estate, everything I've learned over the last couple of years. It took these 13 weeks to just change that. I have now done a pre-approval on someone I haven't seen in over 10 years. It's just getting to do those tasks, doing Popeyes on people I know, and getting the referral business. Peak Producer really changed everything I believe in. I work a lot more smarter. My language to my clients have changed, and I actually work less. Since I've done Peak Producer, I work a whole lot less and I have a lot more. The outcome is so much better.
Yeah, so interesting that you mentioned that also, because obviously when you mention working less, I mean, it definitely contributes to where you can or potentially have forgotten about, spending more time on whatever it might be, if it's personal time, family time, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's where this course, it integrates so well into our lives.
Yeah. So my planning is so much better. Also financial planning. I used to just go out on a viewing and go on another viewing and go on another viewing, never looking at the financial aspect. And you actually start to struggle because you become negative. And if you plan it as people teaches you, you won't actually become negative because now you know I've hit the limit. And your family will be happy with you because you're spending more time with them because you ask permission from your calendar if I'm going out today or not. Because you do your planning and you ask permission.
Yeah, I love it. Anthony, thank you so much again for being part of this, and well done. And thank you for sharing, being honest about it. So the question I have to ask you now is, if we had a couple of skeptics sitting here thinking, I'm on the fence about this, I'm not too sure if I want to do it. It's 12 weeks, 13 weeks. It's a lot of time. It's 3+ months that I'm on this call. I've got to commit to it. What would you tell them now that you've experienced the course yourself?
I have close to 6 deals coming out of these 13 weeks. In my real estate career, I never had 6 deals in a year. So I have 6 deals in 13 weeks. So if you feel like it's not worth it, then you got 6 deals you're throwing away.
Yeah, absolutely. And well done. And once again, thank you and all the best for the future. Of course, I'm going to be watching very closely, and I'm sure your mentor's going to be watching very closely to see your journey. But have the most amazing festive season. And Anthony, thanks for being part of the call, and we'll chat to you soon.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Enjoy your festive.
Thank you. All right, that was Anthony, and we have our last but not least, Sharon. We're going to bring you in here and chat to you for a little bit. How's it going, Sharon? You good? Okay, wait, let's just see. You are on mute. Let me see if I can unmute you on my side.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very well, Ryan. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So, Sharon, you've seen now, we've spoken to Lisa, we've spoken to Anthony, about their journey on Peak Producers. You've done exceptionally well yourself on Peak Producers. Tell us about the course. Tell us about what was your thinking before we started and during the course, and how are you feeling about it now?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I've actually been a Brian Buffini fan for quite a while. Coming up to this course, I listen to his podcast a lot. I follow him on all platforms, and I think he's brilliant. I think he has a lot to give the world, especially all of us in real estate. Coming into the course and completing the course now, I really feel like it's transformed my whole approach to the real estate industry. I had a somewhat narrow, focused approach when it came to new buyers and new sellers that would often lead my marketing strategies, falling behind. Whereas now I feel like I finally have a very structured plan that not only ensures consistent marketing strategies, but my clients' needs are always met, more than met, I'd say.
Fantastic. Yeah. So let's just talk about that narrow sort of focus that you had. What was that moment? What triggered you? And having done the course myself a few times, no matter how many times I do it, something always just, the light bulb goes off in the head. And sometimes we used to do it and we've just forgotten about it and it's fallen to the wayside. And then we need to reignite that flame again. What was it for you when you realized, maybe I actually need to just transition or adapt my approach a little bit?
You know what? He actually makes you feel really seen. So he talks specifically about your particular issue. I mean, he'll bring it up and you really feel like it's so relatable. Like there's a whole section about people who have narrow focused approaches, to the industry. It really, really touched me, really resonated with me. And then he works with you to tackle that problem and develop a strategy where you can create consistency in your life. So I had a big aha moment as he was talking to us in the course and felt like I really could benefit from what he was teaching us.
Yeah, he does really speak to you. Sometimes you feel like, even though it's online, and you're watching these videos, you feel like you potentially might be the only person in the room and he's talking directly to you because it's obviously something that to relate with. And that's the other point I want to make here, Sharon, is that, again, we know Anthony spoke about his skepticism about having been on other courses before, and this was just sort of another course for him. And when people hear about online courses and they think, oh my word, I have to sit through it, how long is it going to take? Am I going to learn anything from it? There's something different about Buffini, and there's something different about how he interacts with us, and with his guests and that kind of thing. How did you find the interaction, with Brian Buffini, sitting where you are in your office or at home, listening to him talk about real estate and life?
He's incredibly pleasant to listen to. It feels like you are not only listening to a mentor, but a friend. It's incredibly relatable. He often refers to, personal experiences where he was struggling, moving to a foreign country, trying to make it work himself. And he often ties a very personal story to every lesson he's about to teach you. So it's extremely pleasant. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks, Sharon, and well done. Congratulations. It's been an epic 3 months with you on the course, and your mentor has spoken very highly of you. So it's lovely to have you here with us. And you also celebrate, enjoy the rest, and come back in January nice and strong.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. All right, so everyone, those are our 3 special guests that we had today, Anthony, Lisa, and Sharon. Awesome to hear their stories. Awesome to hear real life testimonials. There's no sugarcoating here. Skepticism, challenges, struggles, victories, and just life lessons that we are able to bring into our own lives, which is so important. And that's what this Peak Producers course offers. So we also have to say a massive, massive thanks to our mentors. We are fortunate enough to have Hannah-Leen and Esme joining us here today. So I'm going to bring Hannah-Leen in first. There we go. Hannah-Leen, how are you doing?
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everyone. Nice seeing you. Nice being here, as always.
Good. Great to have you with us as always, Hannah-Leen. And before we begin, again, a massive thanks from Remax SA side for facilitating this amazing program. It's always, when you have such an amazing program, you have to have amazing mentors, and you've been one of those amazing mentors. And this is a celebration. So not only for our Peak Producer participants and those that have completed it, but it's a celebration for you as well. We want to celebrate this amazing achievement, 2023. This is not the first course you've been on. You always talk to me about how you also learn things from this course and how much you love this course. So we just want to say a massive thanks from our side and allow you to talk to the group that you had.
Thank you, Ryan. I want to reiterate what Adrian said, and the day that you sow the seed is not the day you reap the fruit. My group knows that I moved down to Greyton and that didn't go well. So I've got a new focus area. I'm a brand new agent again in a new area with 20 years experience. But the value of the Peak Producer in my life, taking what I've learned and, because emotions can overwhelm us so easily, but this makes your focus clear. And I said to my friend the other day that the seed that we sow today, I'm sowing the seed for transactions today that's going to happen next year only, in all likelihood. And keep on sowing the seeds consistently. And my group knows I've said that parrot talk of sowing seeds consistently, doing the marketing, doing the action steps, doing the Popeyes, all those things that we learn, implement them consistently. And then things become so much lighter if you do that. Nothing is overwhelming anymore.
Yeah, because it can be quite an overwhelming course, can't it?
Yes.
So the thing that I think the most important learning point there is that, the more you implement these steps, just bite sizes, just little by little, not necessarily trying to throw everything into it at once, the easier it gets and the less overwhelming it gets. So Ivan says, thank you very much, Hannah-Leen, for everything you poured into the group. I just want to say good morning here quickly to Petra as well. Nice to have you on the call here. So Hannah-Leen, we are going into kind of similar question that I asked Adrian. We're going into December now. We're going into, a little bit of relaxed time, as we unwind from the year, and it's been quite a crazy year. I think every year is crazy, but I think every year just gets crazier and crazier. You know, what message can you leave those, you know, that have A, completed the course, and B, considering the course for next year?
Well, for one, before you switch off your computer for the last time this year, make sure that you use the fantastic systems that we have. Get your Merry Christmas, Happy New Year messages out you on the system. That's the one thing. When you open your diary, 1st of January, get with the program already. You know, if you haven't done the Peak Producer course, it's the best investment that you can do for yourself. But as any course, nothing works. If you're not going to implement anything, it's going to work fantastic, and you're going to have zero results. If you're going to implement it and do the action steps, as with anything in life, and stay with it consistently, you will reap the rewards, no doubt.
100%. Thanks, Hanneline. And takeaway there is just consistency, just being consistent with whatever steps you're provided with, and probably maybe some steps that you've forgotten, where you potentially might have been consistent with in the past, and then, you know, things happen, and, you know, our road does sort of veer off path sometimes, and this course allows you to just bring it back in. So massive thanks to you, Hanneline. Kevin Besaden note saying thanks to you as well. Thank you so much, Kevin. All right, Hanneline, I'll catch you just now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to bring in Esme to the stage. Hello, Esme. How are you doing there?
Good morning, Ryan, and good morning, everybody on the school. I'm doing well. Nice to see you all again.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here with us, Esme. I'm going to say hi to Linky quickly. Good morning, Linky from Remax Winners in Palabora. Nice to have you with us. Esme, I mean, you know, we've had numerous conversations about Peak Producer. We've had feedback sessions about Peak Producer. We are constantly trying to evolve the online platform, you know, for Peak. We were at a stage a couple of years ago where we were forced to be online, you know, and now this becomes a choice, whether you want to be online for 13 weeks and be part of the course or not. You know, and you have to have a very special mentor that facilitates these courses. So Hanneline and you have done an exceptional job. You know, but I don't think it's really much of a job, right? I don't almost find education as being a job. I think it's so rewarding, you know, day by day, week by week, month by month, when we're able to implement something that we've learned and impart knowledge with other people, and in this case with the, you know, our Remax network. So massive thanks to you, Esme. How do you, so I'm asking you a mentor question here, not necessarily to speak to the group. How do you find, as a mentor, what do you find is the most challenging part of this course when you are interacting with sometimes 15 to 20 people in a group?
As a mentor, I think just remembering to give everybody a space to talk. And I think that's what I try to focus on a lot, to engage everybody. I think it's daunting for anybody that's not used to it, although I think so many of us are so used to online at the moment in communication as a communication style. But initially it is overwhelming with so many unknown people in one group. So just to make sure that everybody engages, everybody becomes part of the group, drawing them out to voice their opinion and share their knowledge, because we all learn from each other. But very soon, especially because the first 5 days are each day, after that you can immediately see the change in week 2 of everybody, where they more freely join. You don't have to ask to put the videos on anymore as much, you know, that comes naturally now. So very quickly it becomes a unit, and that's what I enjoy. And then sparks fly, and then we really get into it. So yeah, it's
almost like you build up a little squad, like a little team, you know, and those 12, 13 weeks you're working together as a team. And, you know, when you're in a team environment, you want everyone to succeed. So irrespective of which office you're from, you know, everybody on your group, and I know you especially, you know, you've invested a lot of time with our participants because you want the team to succeed. So that's a massive thanks to you, Esme. So again, similar question to what I asked Hanneline and Adrian. We finished 2023 now. It's almost done. I think especially in Cape Town, people are probably going to stop working in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Seeing the back end of 2023 now, and we are, a lot of people in this part of the year start reflecting. They reflect on, the year. They reflect on potentially 2022, where they are in 2023. If there are any successes they need to tick off, any challenges that they need to, progress and work towards for next year. What are your take home or takeaway messages now for those that are on the call in terms of having reflected on 2023 and now wanting to move towards 2024?
Yeah. Well, the first thing I'll say is I'll quote Brian on this, get balance into the picture. When you plan, get balance in, because what we can do, especially when we start reflecting, we get too business minded. And the big thing of Brian's principles and his course is balance and the 5 circles. So when you look at 2024, make sure that you plan for all 5 circles equally. It's as important as a business plan for your business. So focus on that. Make sure you spend the right time in the right circles. And then reflection is an interesting thing. When we look back, we are very critical sometimes about what we've done. And if you try to look forward from that energy space, if it makes sense, you're not necessarily going to be as hopeful to dream big. You're going to probably limit yourself a little bit, if you come out of that space immediately. So take a break, have some relaxing time over the Christmas, and then plan for next year, because you want to be in the right frame of mind where you dream big, because only if you dream big will you succeed big. So before you start putting too much planning into next year, make sure you take a little bit of a break, make sure you're in the right frame of mind, and then build your 5-circle planning. And the sky's the limit. Our industry is so amazing because you really get what you put out there, you get back. And I like the comment that was made earlier and it also one of Brian's, and he mentioned, I think it's a nephew or brother, somebody that went into property and decided he's not going to work hard, but he wants to make a success of it. So he worked by referral and kept to that very strongly, and he had the results. I think it was Anthony that said he's now working less, but having more. So it is possible if you apply all the principles that Brian talks about. So bring that into your planning. You will have a better quality of life because of it. And enjoy the process, Start with a big dream and go for it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Esme. Thanks for those wonderful words. And again, a massive thanks from Remax SA side for your involvement in Peak Producer, for your knowledge, imparting your knowledge. And also, I guess we learned from Brian Buffini, especially, is the, sharing stories. And I think that's one of the most beneficial parts of this course, is that once you in that safe space, that safe environment which you create within your teams and your groups, that you're able to share stories. And it's normal, real life stories, whether it's a win, a stuck, a challenge, whatever it is, they're just normal, real life stories. And it's always, we're so hard on ourselves sometimes that when we hear these stories, we think, hey, that happened to me, just the other day. And that's the beauty of this course. So massive thank you to you. I'm going to ask our guests and everyone to get ready. I'm going to bring you all back into stage here. But first, I'm going to say hi to Lisa. Thanks. That was really, really good advice. And then to Candace from Remax Evolve. Her entire team completed Peak Producer. So well done to all of them. Well done to the Evolve team. All right, let's bring let's bring everyone in so we can say goodbye properly. Here we go, Hannaline, there we go, Anthony, and Lisa, here we go, and let's get Sharon in. Sharon, there we go. All right, I'm going to unmute all of you, so just remember that you are unmuted. But I just wanted to say from Remax SA side that you are representing, all those participants that took part on Peak Producer, all the officers that were on Peak Producer, so as much as the celebration call as we speak now are to a couple of people on screen, but the celebration call is for everyone that's been part of Peak Producers over its entirety, over its journey. And as and for as long as I have been part of Peak Producer, and for those previously that are on it, we forget to celebrate. And now we're in December, so we actually kind of have more reason why to celebrate. And when you do cheers that cool drink or that glass of champagne or whatever it is, that moment that you're cheersing with your friends, family, colleagues, I know there are a lot of staff parties that have happened and are still going to happen. You have to also give yourself a pat in the back and be proud of what you've achieved over this period of time and celebrate that, and I think it's really, really important that we do that as human beings. So not only to those that are on the call right now here, for those that have been on the call that potentially have missed this, some of your colleagues that have missed this, some of your brokers or managers that have missed this, go there, give them a high five, a hug, a shake, a handshake, cheers a glass there and celebrate this journey. It's so, so important because, as Anthony said, a little bit skeptical in the beginning. It's a little bit tough in the beginning, but once you start implementing those tools that Buffini offers you, Esme mentioned that the sky's the limit. And that's the beauty of this call. So on behalf of Remax SA, to everyone that's here, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. Have the most amazing December time. Be safe, travel safe. And I just want to give you a wave. I'm staying on, but I'm going to take you out so I can say goodbye to everybody else. But thank you all so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap for our Peak Producers 2023 Remax of Southern Africa. It has been an incredible year. We heard some incredible stories, and if we think about it, these were only 3 stories, out of potentially over 100 people that have been on the online version, and then so many of our other offices have also been part of it, and there's so many testimonials and stories out there that I encourage you to hear. If you are in office and people have been on, some of your colleagues have been on the course, chat to them about it, ask them about it. Like Adrian mentioned earlier, we don't want to sit here and sell Peak Producers to you. There's enough of our network that have been on the course and have seen huge benefits from being part of the course, not only in real estate. And that's what I want us to always take away from Peak Producers, is that it's a course that, as Lisa said earlier, could change your life. Sharon spoke about having narrow focus. It's difficult to digest sometimes when we are critical about ourselves. All right. But being on that course obviously changed the focus, and there was the transition there. And also we heard from Lisa how it's changed her life, from family life to spiritual life to financial life, and that's what this amazing course has to offer. So to Remax SA, Zoshal, there you are. I'm going to say hi to you quickly. And a massive, massive thanks to all of you. Have the most amazing December, everybody. We will have an early bird special for Peak Producers. So if you want to contact me, let me know. But we can always catch up in the new year and talk about it. Just as Esme said, it's time to relax, to rest, to recharge, and to be ready for Remax in 2024. All right, everyone. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye for now.